Hello, it's Talking Transfers. It's John Gibbons with Paul Gorst. We're inside the Duckdale Towers this week. It's a little bit blowy out there, so we've come in and shouted so nice one to the Dovey again for having us. A nice one for Paul for joining. It's been a couple of weeks off, but nice to be back and talking about some new fresh links. First one is an old friend, Danny Ings. Obviously not signed a new contract with Southampton or decided not to, so it looks like he's going to go. He'll be available this summer for a decent fee, you would have thought. That is an interesting one, is it, with Ings? Because he was popular at Liverpool, never really got the chance to work with Jurgen, but still seems popular as well whenever we played them. They're all high-fiving after the game and stuff. And you could see how it could make sense for Liverpool, I think. Yeah,
massively popular, as you say. Not even just like as a teammate, more just throughout the club. I know quite a few people just speak so highly of him, and still do to this day. You know, just a genuinely nice fella, and it's always good to see those types of lads doing well, isn't it? So fair play to him for kind of cutting the cord and going to Southampton and making himself a big name. And he's probably looking at it now thinking he's had, what, two or three seasons at Southampton, and he's been their main man, and they were reportedly looking to make him the highest paid player of all time in their history. So that tells you how much of an impact he's had, and he might be thinking of it now, thinking, kind of move a little bit up the ladder, or, you know, just see what else is out there. So good luck to him. Would he fit in at Liverpool now? I think more so yes than he was, you know, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. So unlucky with injuries, wasn't he? You know, when you think of when Jurgen Klopp came in, he just joined the club, and he was kind of really looking forward to kicking on with the new manager and seeing what he could do. And he had that bad injury. Was it in Jurgen Klopp's first actual training session, wasn't it? Him and Joe Gomez, I think. Yeah,
because he scores against Everton, doesn't he? Which is obviously Rodgers' last game, and then you know, gets injured straight away. And
then fights back. You know, great kind of determination and spirit. And I know a few people have spoken of how kind of strong mentally he was during that period. And I think he swam the equivalent of the French, swam to France in the club's pool, trying to get himself fit at the time.
That's what you've done in your break, haven't you?
Well, yeah, joking at it, I couldn't swim to the Southport. And then gets another injury, doesn't he? Really unfortunate time. And during that period, Liverpool went from a bit of a team pretending to be top four to a team that was fighting for the Champions League and so on. And it's just really unfortunate time for him, wasn't it? So he kind of saw the grass was greener elsewhere, moved on, made himself a star, and now he's looking to pursue his options. Whether that'll be at Liverpool, I'm not sure, but as a plan B, as a kind of backup, you think he'd be ideal, wouldn't he?
I think he'd be ideal. As I say, you can see how popular he still is. I remember, I think it was a couple of seasons ago when we played them at Anfield, and it was the year we won the league, and we were a bit fortunate actually. They played really well, Southampton that day, and I think Ings himself had a goal disallowed, which he wasn't too happy with. But even, you know, with that after the game, you know, he was high-fiving with everyone and laughing and joking and things, and he still does seem popular, which I think is important. Obviously in this squad they are sort of very close, and I think, you know, people might say, oh, he left to find first team football, so why would he come back? But I think he'd feel more confident now of making an impact. At that point when he did leave, you know, he hadn't played for so long, the manager didn't really sort of know, you know, and I think he'd probably feel, well, actually, if I was to go back now, I'd feel more confident in myself, I feel like I'm a better player, and maybe Jurgen would see me more as an option.
Yeah, I think so. I think when he come back from injury, I'd have to check this, but I think it was around about the time Liverpool were pushing for that first Champions League final, wasn't it? And that was the season when Salah, Mane and Firmino scored 91 goals between them, I think, and Firmino with a career best of 27, 28, something like that. So I think Sturridge was still there at the time, and obviously Dominic Solanke was in the squad, so chances of regular football at the time were slim to none, weren't they, at Liverpool. But now, coming back in, Firmino's not quite the same player. Liverpool are probably in need of another kind of number 9, and that's what Danny Ings is. So I think he'd have a lot more chances to show what he could do than he did, you know, 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah. The interesting thing about it is that either way, Liverpool should benefit, because obviously if he does come to Liverpool, then we get a really good forward. But if he doesn't, but does move on this summer, Liverpool have got that 20% release clause, which is something that we've seen very recently, is something that they do try and do with players.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a prudent way of working, isn't it? I mean, some people might look at it and think, well, you know, why are Liverpool interested in putting 10% on Liam Miller's transfer to Basel or whoever it may be? But somewhere down the line, that can net them a profit. And we know that this is the way Liverpool operate. They're not a Chelsea, they're certainly not a Manchester City. You can just go and throw £50 million on a squad player, and if it doesn't work out, then, you know, cut the losses and move on and bring someone else in. That's certainly not the FSG model or the way Liverpool operates. So just little things like that do come in handy. Kamil Grabari, he's got one in his, and
I think that was a 20%, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Danny Ings with a 20% one as well.
Hello Reds, thanks for watching a preview of our video there. If you want to watch the full thing, just click join below and you'll get the full video as well as the rest of our premium package, including all you need before and after every Liverpool game. We'll throw in a few perks too, including discounts at the Anfield Wrap shop. Get it! So click join, get involved, see you on the other side. Up the Reds.